On the Whatever podcast, which is centered around dating culture and the differences between men and women, host Brian Atlas and guest Andrew Wilson discuss how men over the age of 40 seeking out women in their early 20s is justified, because younger women are more fertile than older and therefore are better options for older men to start families with.
That means you want them to be significantly younger than you.
So what if a man, he's in his 40s, he wants to start a family, okay? He hasn't been able to for whatever reason, okay? Maybe he's been like long-term in the military, maybe he has other things going on, right? He has not been able to, but he's accrued a ton of resources. So he starts researching, goes online, he's like, how can I have a nice big family? What are the things I should be looking for? Do you think fertile woman would be like one of those big criteria for that?
Well,
If you wanted to have a family,
other
fertility in women would be a big one, right?
What are the other options?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, even though the percentage of women that are still fertile is less as they get older, there still are some. Or if you really want children,
so if you wanted to have 9 kids, you probably wouldn't want to marry a 30-year-old, right?
But if you want children that badly, you could adopt.
Yeah, but you could also marry a 25-year-old.
Well, there are also women who freeze their eggs.
Yeah, I know, but what if you, again, you could just marry a fertile 25-year-old too. You could be a 40-year-old man and go, well, she's 25, so I get the maximum amount of fertility. I want to have 7, 8 kids.
They argue that the older the woman, the less likelihood of fertility, concluding that younger women make better partners for older men for this reason. However, when a young guest points out that a younger woman dating an older man could be a disadvantage, Andrew argues that there aren't any disadvantages.
I was just asking for a friend. Do you think that, from a woman's perspective, having kids at 25 with someone who is 40 is disadvantageous?
I can't figure out how it would be disadvantageous from a logical standpoint.
If he's so logical, why does he not see the most glaring disadvantage? Which is that a woman in her early 20s having children with a man already in his 40s means that this man is likely to die earlier than a man closer to the woman's own age. A good 15 to 20 years earlier than a man her own age. And since Andrew presented this scenario as a man in his 40s wanting 9 children with a 25-year-old, that means that by the time the last child is 18 the man will be 67. While it's in an older man's best interest to seek a younger woman to have children with, it's not in a young woman's best interest to do the same. Why would she choose an older man when she could choose a younger one that won't leave her as a widow as early as the older man would?